This morning I've come to Orgreave. Where I'm going to show you now used to be the Orgreave coking plants, but I'll get round to that in a moment. This road back in the 90s was blocked off. So this is the junction and this is the new housing estate that built. So I've started here for you because at the end of this road, as it starts climbing up the hill, there's an old bridge, and it was one of those dogleg bridges. That bridge is not there anymore. Well, it is and it isn't. It's not. It's still in place, but it's not used anymore. Just after that Rotherham sign there, that's where the bridge was. So it was more. So where you see those cars and that lorry's just come up, the angle approaching that bridge were more acute. So that's the road, and behind all this undergrowth here is the old bridge, and I don't know if I can get to it. That's the old road there, look. I don't know if you can pick this up on camera or not, but that's the old road for the bridge. This ain't going to be easy, not knowing my luck anyway. Right, let me give this a go for you. There's definitely been people down here. Well, there's going to be, isn't there? And that's probably why they've cordoned this bridge off. No, you just can't get to it. But this would have been the old road. And let me give you some idea. Look, the wall there, look. This is the wall, which would have been on the roadside. You can't see this, can you? But that's the curb. Where my foot is now, can you see my foot? That's the curb. So that's the curb to the wall there, look. And you can see the new bridge in place there. I've no idea what that is. Looks like books. So this is the old bridge, look. So that would have been the old road, and you can see how it doglegs. You can see the curb on both. So that's the old curb there, look. That's the old curb, and the old curb on that side there. So it weren't that wide, would it? I can remember it really well from the 70s and up to the mid 80s when I used to come up here pretty much regular for getting into Sheffield or into Answorth or Woodhouse. But I've not been up here for probably nigh on 30 odd years, 35 years or more, so all this to me is new. I can smell perfume or aftershave, so I don't know whether there's somebody in here or not. I've just had a look, there's nobody walked over that bridge. Do you know how it, when somebody walks past you and it leaves that lingering smell of like a perfume. I can smell that. Anyway, I'm glad I'm out of it. So I'll just give you another idea, look. So we've just come up this road here. It's not a road, is it? I keep saying road, but it's not. So we've just come off that bridge, climbed up here steeply, and then it would have joined here when I'm walking out now. It would have come out somewhere around about here, and then just carried on to where I've just come from. So back in 1984 there was a miners' strike. During that miners' strike was what they called the Battle of Orgreave. This is that bridge, or would have been that dogleg bridge looking down that hill. You would have seen here, where I'm pointing to now, Orgreave coking plant. And behind Orgreave coking plant was, beyond them trees there, was Orgreave Pit. But one of the most famous pictures of all is the miners coming up this road and all the police. So I'm just looking for somewhere to try and get away from road noise. I'd have been better down there, wouldn't I? Wait on that old bridge. Oh, I wanted to get out of there, to be honest. Orgreave Pit and the coking plant, which I've just showed you down there. Well, I've not showed you, but I've showed you where it is. The pit was sunk in 1851, and it supplied coal to the coking plant. Behind me, to my right, over my right shoulder, there's another place in Rotherham called Fence. You know, as FENCE, Fence, and there was a colliery there, and that linked up to Orgreave Colliery. And then later on, another pit were sunk, Treaton Pit, and that linked up to Orgreave Colliery, and all these three collieries were supplying coal to the coking plant. So the coking plant supplied coke to British Steel for their blast furnaces for steel production. In 1995, British Opencast was given permission to clear the site of all the spoil. They actually removed 12 million tonnes of spoil and the last remnants of coal. And what I'm going to show you in a moment is how it looks today. 100 acres for the Advanced Manufacturing Park, as they call it, which is over there. And you've got 740 acres, which is for residential development. And when they're all finally built, there'll be over 4,000 houses. So as I said earlier, beyond these trees, and you can see the skyline raising up, probably just rising above these trees. That's where Orgreave Pit would have been. Now there's a memorial to the workers of Orgreave Pit. So hopefully I'm gonna try and find that for you. I've no idea where it is. I've no idea where it is. But I'm gonna have a try and walk. Incidentally, while I'm here, if you've ever seen the Battle for Orgreave, like a documentary that came on in 2000, well, last year, because it was the 40th anniversary, 2024, where you see all these, this train line here, these new units, those houses, that's where all the miners were being chased and obviously beaten up by the police. If you've never seen that documentary, whatever your political thoughts are, it's well worth a watch. Let me try and find you this Orgreave Pit Memorial. I think I'm in the right place. Let me just give you an idea where I've come from. Do you remember them houses I just showed you where I said they were building them new houses? Well, let me just turn you around. They're there, look. So I've took this muddy track. I don't know what's been coming up and down here, whether it's sight traffic or joyriders, I have no idea. It's old sludgy. And I've had to walk for it because there was nowhere else to go. So I don't know. This is what I've just seen, look. I'm walking up to it now. I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to show you. Now, I'm guessing I'm where the pit used to be. And I don't know whether that is one of the vents for the shafts. I've no idea. It's obviously something for something. Whatever that cap is on top there, it's cross-threaded. Can you see that, look? I'd have thought if that were a vent for a shaft, it'd have been bigger than that, and it'd have been a bit more secure than that. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. Look at this here. This is Rotherham. This is Rotherham. Up there in the very distance, that's Canclaw Woods. You've seen them houses there, just lying before Canclaw Woods is Brinsworth. They've named this new housing estate Waverley. I didn't think Waverley was here. I thought it were just known as Orgreave, and Waverley were further on, just before the Sheffield Airport used to be. Up there you've got Treaton, and there would have been Treaton Colliery, and that had a link. One of the shafts linked up to this Orgreave Pit. I think I mentioned that earlier, along with that one at fence. Now, I've had my little planner out, my map, my Google Maps on my phone, and I'm sure it said come up here. Annoying me. I'm just probably walking in the wrong direction. I can't get over how it looks today, because as I said earlier, I've not been here for 30 years or more, so all this is new to me. Don't know what this is. If somebody's got an idea what this is, put a comment on. There's obviously power there, look. Probably ex-miners know what it is, or even them who probably worked here might know what it is. Now there's a big stone here, as you can see, and I don't know whether that will be this memorial. I found it. I found that memorial. Look at that there, how good it is, that's brilliant. mine are carved in stone. It's just one big block of stone, look. He even got his helmet on there, look, and his little lamp. And see where they've chipped away at it, look, with a chisel. Needs cleaning, doesn't it, look? That needs wiping down, this. And my shadowing way. Dedicated to the workers of Orgreave Colliery, 1851 to 1981. 130 years. When this site were given back, when it had been open cast, and it were given back in 2005, that would have ended 150 years of mining at Orgreave. And I don't think that, have we got any collieries left in UK? I've no idea. But Rotherham, Sheffield, well, quite a few places, not Nottingham, they were all built on mining, weren't they? So it's something that we could never forget. Oh, there's some more of them things here, look. There's another one there. That's with no cap on it. There's one there with a cap on it. There's one here with a cap on it, look. And then there's a few more further down with caps on them. There's that thing there what's fenced off, whatever it is with that power. It looks like a well of some sort. There's another one up there, look, in distance. Oh, that was me little Orgreave video for you. And it so coincides with that this week. I mean, I'm midweek now, so a couple of days ago, it was the last year, 2024, with the anniversary of the Battle of Orgreave, which is well known about. And then a couple of days ago, with the anniversary that all the miners returned back to work. And some are still bitter today of the way they were treated, which I can relate to in some ways. We all know people who were miners. My schoolmates were miners. Some of my friends who didn't go into mining, their dads were miners at different pits. And with me living at Brinsworth, the people I knew or knew of worked at Treaton, worked here, Orgreave. But there were loads of pits in Rotherham. I know quite a few, but I'm not reeling them off because I'm boring anyway. Oh, that's another thing. A little bit about me now. I've finished my video for you. Somebody sent me a message and they've said I sound horrible. My voice. Well, I can't really do much about my voice, can I? And thing is as well, is the microphones that I've bought to do my videoing is come to well over £100. My wife bought me a new microphone for Christmas. It's one of them what you fix on top of your camera. It's got one of them big fairy booms on it. I've never used that. I just find it too much of a pain to use. Maybe that might make me sound like Richard Burton. Might have to give that one a go. I mean, we're not all blessed with that deep, husky Barry White voice, are we? So that's me, isn't it? So that, anyway, that's all I'm saying about that. Some people watch my channel, some people don't. Come say, come sa. Anyway, I'm finished that. That's enough of that. That's all I'm saying about that. What I've got to do now, though, is got to walk through all this mud again, which I'm coming to now. Look down here. And all this muddy water's gone over the tops of my shoes and my feet are squelching. Things I do for a YouTube video. Anyway, that's me. I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you.